Well, though it has been just a matter of weeks since the start of the war in Ukraine, it's now the largest humanitarian crisis in Europe since World War II.
More than 3 million Ukrainians now refugees, with estimates suggesting that number could go as high as 7 million. The CBN's Brody spoke to one couple who says God called them to rescue women and children fleeing Ukraine.
Refugees with nowhere to go are in desperate need, picking up the pieces of what's left of their lives. And while the brave men of Ukraine stay back to fight for their country, everyday people are becoming heroes by helping their wives and children forced to cross the border.
Without a longer-term plan here, the unknown is what's killing them. It's the fear that's inside of them.
The war has made winter even colder in Europe. Most refugees are now in Poland. Still, some 300,000 have fled to Romania. Kirk Nowery and his wife Violeta with Hope Partners International are among the few who have been called to help. They represent more than just hope for Ukraine. They believe they've been sent by God.
That's what we've been assigned to, Matthew 25 ministry, that as we do this to the least of these, those that suffer, it's the same as if we did it to Jesus.
The nonprofit has raised some $400,000, giving them the ability to fill vans with life-saving supplies, food and medicine. Then the drivers, who are Romanian pastors, risk their lives by crossing into the war zone.
They call it the Green Corridor, to cross the border and drive the supplies all the way to Odessa.
Odessa is now a main evacuation route for Ukrainian families. After unloading, the vans become evacuation vehicles, shuttling mostly women and children back to Romania.
And this is them and all their children. And here we're able to provide them a transition point. Food and shelter, medical care, dental care, non-food items because of your generous gifts.
We've been here working probably 12, 14 hours a day, trying to rescue as many as we can.
The exact number that we've rescued so far, 366. We have a church that's 100 meters from the border where they get their first night's sleep and warm blankets and help. And then we bus them down here to Constanza, where we're putting them everywhere, from homes to churches to basements to community centers to this hotel.
Kirk and Violeta are leaving briefly to raise more money before returning, only to help the ongoing humanitarian crisis. They said they will stay there for as long as they're needed, that if you can't help monetarily, your prayers are desperately needed. Brody, CBN News.